your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. The power of our mind over our body. Our mind, not our brain, is the seat of our consciousness and the place where all actions and reactions happen, and it is the source of our physical representations. If we think that we are burnt, we are. If we think that we are not, then we're not. Not because something physical happened or didn't happen, but solely because we represented that it did or did not by the meaning we gave to the situation. That is the basis of our God power, the ability to assign or change the meaning of a situation, thing, or event. I remember an experience that I had as a kid that I have never forgotten. I think that it must have been during a time of a solar eclipse because we were told not to look at it because it could harm our eyes. I remember closing my eyes and for some reason I was imagining that I was looking at it when the sun just began to become visible again. And when it did, in my imagination, the brightness of it caused a severe pain in my eye. My eye actually hurt, as if I was really looking at the sun. But I was in my bed and it was nighttime. There was no way I could have seen the sun, but the pain was real and actually happened. It was at that point that I realized that we could really experience events in our minds. However, now that I understand representation and God power, it all makes perfect sense. Remembering that physical action of any kind, be it lifting a weight or looking at the sun, is only a means of creating and establishing meaning. If I were to really look at the sun, the representation of my eyes receiving that intense solar light would have caused my energy system to represent a pain in my eyes in the same way as it would represent a pain in your fingers if they were in a candle flame. That would be the appropriate representation in the same way as someone without eyes would have the representation of blindness. However, in my case, I was using my God power as a kid and I didn't even realize it. I was creating the scene in my mind, and due to the clarity of my thoughts and my internal image, I established a meaning as real to my being as if I had actually looked at the sun directly. I didn't realize that I was inadvertently creating real events through my thoughts and imaginations. I don't look at the sun in my mind anymore because if I did, I could easily become blind. Not because the sun rays ever really entered my eyes, but just because I imagined that they had. For the same reasons, I don't imagine myself with cancer or getting into an accident either. In the same way as the meaning of lifting weight was just as real as if it had really happened, and the muscle gained was just as real as if they had really lifted the weights, the meaning that I would be creating by thinking about looking at the sun would be just as real if it really happened, and the result of that meaning would also be just as real as if it really happened. Reality responds to meaning, which can be created by action, an actual circumstance, or by thought and imagination using your God power. Either one is as powerful and as real as the other. Consider the following research. Video example: placebo controls burning pain. What is this video about? This video example demonstrates that if one believes that they have a painkiller applied to their skin, they will actually feel less pain, even though the burning is exactly the same. In this experiment, a volunteer is repeatedly burned by an electrical hot plate attached to her forearm. It is a burning feeling and very painful. After several test burns, the experimenter repeats the burning while the student volunteer is in a magnetic scanning machine. Her brain is monitored in the regions known to be associated with pain, and sure enough, her brain is registering severe pain during each burn. Then the experimenter tells the student that he is applying a special medication on her skin that will block the pain. However, actually it is only a dab of baby lotion that has no real effect at all. Then he burns her on the spot where the fake burn medicine is located, and sure enough, her brain shows very little pain. She has really experienced a much reduced pain level. This is a fine demonstration of the placebo effect in action. What does this example show, and what does it mean? What this video shows is absolute proof that the body responds and reacts to meaning and not to what is really going on. In this experiment, what is really happening is that he is burning her arm in a big way, and yet she isn't feeling that pain. This is a function of God power. The actual meaning of the burning device placed on her forearm is, this is going to burn and hurt. However, she changed the meaning to, this is going to try to burn and hurt, but I have a painkiller in the same location that will prevent it from hurting me. She changed the meaning of her reality. If he had the same thing done to him, he would get burnt. He would know that it really was going to burn him. He would therefore surrender and yield to the established meaning and endure the pain. She, on the other hand, didn't experience the pain. She was tricked into believing that she had a pain-blocking medication. It was her faith and trust in what the experimenter was saying that gave her the confidence to feel like there would be no pain this time. That is the same thing as saying that she changed the meaning to, this will not hurt now. This is why faith is so important. The ability to believe in something that defies reality. It is only through your faith and your ability to change your reality that you can. Otherwise, you would have to rely on someone tricking you into believing something you wouldn't have believed normally. This is a very haphazard way of creating your reality. If you have to wait around for other people to trick you into new abilities and expanded possibilities in your reality, you're either going to wait for a long time or it just will never happen for you.
For best results, pause this video at this point here and watch the video example mentioned in the segment. The links are located in the book chapter and at the end of the book. If you are watching this online, you will find the link for this video example listed in the notes section. Then, after watching the associated video example, continue watching this video from here. To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, chapter number 10, segment number 9. Let your quest for knowing continue.